Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be installing FDF Raceshop's mild Mantis kit on the 350Z. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Before we start installing it, I'm going to go over what all comes in the mild Mantis kit, along with the tools you'll need for the job. Going over the components the mild Mantis kit comes with, you have your upper control arms, your extended tie rods, and then your lower control arms. So everything that's going to replace the OEM components other than the knuckle itself, which the knuckle itself comes with the Mega Mantis kit by FDF Raceshop. Some tools you need: make sure you grab your beautiful impact wrench gun, some sockets. I got some wrenches in my little grab bag right there. I'm going to be using to getting the wheel and everything completely off. Make sure I'm using my quick jacks, but make sure if you're using a jack stands, you're using or utilizing the appropriate spots of jacking the car up and making sure everything is secured. With the car up in the air, we're going to get the wheels off first, and then we're going to start taking off all of the stock components. I'm going to try to get in a spot where the sun's not going to be making it darker for you guys, so you can see a better angle and get better lighting. Quick little note too, I'm going to turn the wheel and I'm going to show you the stock angle of the actual car before we go ahead and remove the wheels and everything. So that's full lockout. So right there is full lockout to the right. A straight angle, I guess, would be a little bit better. And then going to the left, full lockout to the left. You can see it's not really that much. Get the wheel straightened back up. Things that are getting replaced: your lower control arm, your tie rod, and up here with your upper control arm. Yeah, the Mega Mantis kit will replace this arm as well with the knuckle. But the mild, just those three components right there. So because everything pretty much has to come off, including the knuckle, so things can be attached to the backside, I'm going to take the brake caliper off, I'm going to take the brake rotor off, and then kind of disassemble everything off of the arm that holds the hub, and then from there kind of rebuild everything back. Upper control arm still coming off first, and lower control arm needs to be attached to this back component piece back here. So your caliper bolt is a 22mm. So I'm taking everything off. Just remember, if your caliper is still attached, you want to go get yourself a little bungee cord. Try to find a secure spot to hang it to, so that way it's tucked up out of the way and you're not going to rip it off of the line, which if you do, that's a poorly designed line. I'm going to start taking the upper control arm off, but I'm going to remove the actual arm and knuckle first, so that way it's out of the way as well. Switching gears and taking everything, or pretty much breaking torque on everything first before I start removing anything, due to the fact that once I start taking off the upper control arm, the lower portions and lower control arm and tie rod are going to be kind of more difficult to be taken off. So I'm just going to be breaking everything and then removing it. Breaking torque, that is. Okay, now that you have mostly all of your components loosened, and all you need to do is just remove it. Starting with the little top boy here. Oh no! Poop. So you have to remove your coilover also. I was hoping we didn't have to do that, but the upper arms are intermingled with them. The bolts are too long, so guess we'll go and do that now. Okay, now that everything is completely disassembled off the front end of the car, I'm going to pull the coilover out, which actually is a little beneficial because I was going to adjust the height on it anyways. Oh boy, how am I going to do this? Oh God, man. Pop this up, drop this down. Oh, gross, because this is all greasy. And of course, everything just kind of, oh God, falls. And just like that, there is no more front end. Knuckles there, arms are off, upper control arm, lower control arm. But I just figured out there might be a slight problem. If you guys are using a quick jack, the lower control arm here, there's a bolt or a stud that goes through all the way. GK Tech, I guess, said that you need to remove this whole brace piece. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get to this piece here. So what I'm going to have to do is go get some jacks, place it kind of throughout the bottom, lower the quick jacks down, remove this piece, remove the brace so I can get the lower control arm out. Yeah, big fiasco there. So, alright, I'll be back here in a little bit, I guess. So that piece is off now. Now that that piece is out, these little tabs here will be grinded down. So get your little Dremel and you just wheel these off there and there, so that way you can fit the new arm inside. So after you get it nice and flush and ground down, I just cleaned up the area a little bit. I'm just going to put some paint over that so that way it doesn't corrode or anything crazy. So now that the knuckle is completely off of the car there, you need to do some modifications to include removing this bracket. Since this piece will be sliding in here for your tie rod, you have to trim or shave down some of this. You can see that there's kind of like a little bump. This piece sits in here, and you want to make sure when you have your steering, you have full range of this piece. So it's kind of hard to show you because the bracket's in the way. But remove this, trim this piece down, shave it down a little bit so you have full movement there. I took out the old bushing, or excuse me, the old ball joint last night. I've got the new one sitting right here, thanks to Duralast and AutoZone for supplying me with brand new ones. Basically, I'm going to take this off, trim this down, install the new ball joint, and then take the knuckle back over there, mount it back up to the car. See you in a little bit. Got my little table set up, but you can kind of see how this is set up. If the bracket is now off where this piece needs to sit, I kind of put some permanent marker on where you can see what needs to be cut out and for what reason. You can see how this plate here needs to be sitting flush and this needs to go all the way forward. And then right there is where it is hitting. As you can see, there's a little gap. So you just need to shave it down to sit kind of flush. Taking out this little bit there, so that way you have full range of movement with this guy. Steady grind. All right. Basically now that you have this lined up and sitting flush, you are going to focus, see where the knuckle makes contact with this guy here. So I'm just slowly trimming and shaving down all this. Make it sit flush, even, and then make sure that there's clearance on the knuckle without taking all of this off. And there it is, all put back together. Everything is all torqued. You got the adapter, your Ackerman little bracket angle, your ball joint with the clip. This is going to be your outer tie rod. So clearance wise, you can see there I have the clearance. This is all the way forward, or I'm guessing towards the inboard side. The clearance there I mean, it's minuscule, but it's there. If I were to go down, so this would be all the way up here, I'll have more angle up top throughout the whole thing. Ackerman basically is the angle of both tires at the same time. So I'll draw a little picture for you. How I'm, I guess, understanding it is, if this is your set of tires like that, right? If you go to turn, said tires will turn like so, right? So straight tires, this is taking a left turn. One of these is going to be at, like, we'll say 35 degrees, okay? This guy, the trailing, will be at like 32 degrees. So Ackerman will fix, so that way both tires, when you go to take more of an angle, both tires will be at, we'll say, 60 degrees. That makes sense. So straight, taking that left turn, that one's at 35, trailing is going to be at the 32. With the Ackerman corrected, both wheels will then be at your new angle, 60 degrees for both, evenly. And that's going and changing this little bolt. So after your knuckle is done, you can come back over here. Per the video of the FDF Raceshop, you're going to throw your arm on there, as I did already. I've already disconnected the sway bar link on the other side, so that way I can move this up due to the angle. Connected it there. It's held in by the little sway bar underneath nut that goes under. I'm going to wait until I do the other side, take the nut off, pop it on, and then torque everything back down. I've installed this, which is a step ahead. You're going to put your coilover back in place, bam, and then install your knuckle once the coilover is connected right here. And I will be back shortly. So if you didn't see, this piece here was touching the coilover and causing it to intermingle. I didn't want that, so I just moved it back a space. Alright. Everything is all looking good now. Alright. So that piece is going to stay there for a minute. Everything's all stout, and I will torque everything once the other side is put on and I get the knuckle on. Right now I'm just running down the hardware, but that's it. Looking good. Actually, forgot about the tie rod too, so I'll probably get that in after the knuckle. As you can see, everything is put back on, put back together. Kind of ran out of time. It is nighttime, and it's probably going to rain tomorrow. But all the torques are done. I'm going to put a little screenshot of the torques, all the torques from their website. on this video, so that way you guys don't have to keep pausing, and it's all right there. But I will get the under, I guess, crossbar on tomorrow, hopefully before it rains. And then I've got to do some powder coating with that. So now everything is all put back together, all torqued. I even got the subframe brace back on. Last night I kind of ran out of daylight. I mean, I have my garage lights, but yeah, just trying to get everything buttoned back up, quickly torqued and finished, so that way I can get it on the ground today. I don't want to adjust the coilovers just yet because I don't know how much angle I have and how that's going to affect anything. That might be on another video, like maybe when I go to do the exhaust manifolds. But everything looks good. Had to use this guy, the subframe brace nuts where these guys go right there, is 125 foot-pounds, so it's a 600 foot-pound torque wrench. But yeah, everything is all torqued and good now. For a little bonus to the video, I might throw on that exhaust just to see what it sounds like, and before I do the long tube headers. Alright, on all four wheels now. Got the new exhaust on. I'll crank that up here in a minute and let you guys hear it. Took it out, spun it a little bit just to see how bad the angle was. It's not really too crazy. Thought it was going to be more, but let me start that up, get the power steering working for you guys, and then you can see the difference between stock and with the angle kit. Full lock to the right. That's full lock to the left. All the clearance. Nothing leaking. Okay. And then tomorrow I'm going to get the alignment and adjustments made. That's all the time I got for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Please support the channel by commenting, and subscribing. And now I've got to go inside and finish making some birria tacos. So Fat Boy and me is a little hungry. See you guys next time.